There are a bunch of metrics in your reports. All of them serve their own purpose, but only a few really matter when it comes to ad optimization. And those metrics are the ones you should focus on. Let's say, for example, for the first 2 weeks, you started with 5 ad units per page, running 3 different display ad networks competing against one another. And let's say on average, you're getting about 300,000 page views every day. For the first 2 weeks, you are earning about $800 in revenue per day. And then you're getting about 1,500,000 impressions. So your impression CPM is 53 cents, while your page RPM is about $2.67. Now here comes week 3 and 4. This time you decided to add another revenue stream, which is an outstream ad network. So now you have 5 ad units per page, running 3 display ad networks competing against one another, plus 1 outstream ad network. Now your revenue, from what used to be about $800 per day, it increased to about $1,100 per day. Impressions increased to 1,800,000 per day. So now your impression CPM has increased to 61 cents. And because you are still consistently getting about the same amount of page views, your page RPM has now increased to $3.67. Now here comes week 5 and 6. You now have added ad refresh every 60 seconds. So your strategy is now 5 ad units per page, 3 display, plus 1 outstream ad network, and then you have enabled ad refresh every 60 seconds. Your revenue on a daily basis has now increased to $2,500. Impressions increased to about 5,400,000. So your impression CPM has dropped to 46 cents. You're still getting almost the same exact number of page views on your site, so your page RPM has now increased to $8.33. Now, if you focus on impression CPM, you will think that this strategy is not working at all because it's dropping. It's now down to 46 cents. But look at your page RPM. It is up to $8.33. You are getting same amount of page views on your site, but your revenue is now about $2,500 per day. If you come to think of it, would you rather earn this amount or this amount? Impression CPM simply tells you how individual ad networks perform, but not the overall impact on your yield. When you look at page RPM, it tells you exactly how good or how bad your optimization strategy is. With the same amount of page views, you're earning more, you're making more money. And this tells you exactly that your strategy works. Now, how about viewability? If you want to maintain good relationship with advertisers for long term, you should not forget viewability. Advertisers use this as their main key performance indicator, and based off that, they make the decision whether to bid or not bid on a particular site. If you see viewability dropping, you have to start experimenting. Like, for example, you're now refreshing your ads every 60 seconds. You might want to increase that to 90 seconds. So you only refresh the ads every 1.5 minutes. Then monitor closely if your page RPM is not compromised that much. Are you still earning more? And at the same time, are you increasing viewability? That's the situation where you want to be. Here's a sample illustration. So week 7 and 8, you decided now to increase ad refresh every 90 seconds instead of 60. And your revenue dropped a little bit to $2,100 per day instead of $2,500. With the same amount of page views, your page RPM now dropped a little bit to $7. And your impression CPM also dropped to 42 cents. But now viewability is up to 65%. You might want to continue revising your strategy until such time you find the happy middle, which means you're happy with the revenue and happy with the page RPM, including viewability. Ideally, advertisers prefer at least 80% viewability. And that's when you see ad units perform really well. What about CTR or click-through rate? This metric is particularly important when doing A/B testing for different site layouts. Advertisers see your layout in a way that they see how these ads perform. So at the end of the day, the one with good viewability and high CTR wins the game. You also look at these two metrics when comparing performance among ad units. It's the main indicator that you need to reposition or keep the ad in its place. When using an ad server like Google Ad Manager, pay attention to your unfilled impressions. To get the percentage, you can divide unfilled impressions over total code served count. If this is grayed out because of some limitations on Google Ad Manager, you can use total impressions. Your formula will now be unfilled impressions divided by unfilled impressions plus total impressions times 100. Unfilled impressions are ad requests that were not successfully filled in or was not able to fetch an ad. If you have high unfilled impression percentage, then you're leaving money on the table. In a perfect world, unfilled impressions should be 0. That means you're monetizing every single ad request that comes in. This allows you to revisit your strategy and the demand partners that you have set up to target your inventory.